Hello there, this is Cookies. I've got turn 80 of LA Erytheia. I believe it's turn 80. Yep. And I believe this is also the first turn where we get to send out attack orders. And so let's go ahead and check that out. Oh gosh, I missed some big stuff. Okay. Alright, so I think last turn, no, the turn before last, Arco and I put up Arcane Nexus. And then Satis and Ulm have overcast it, which is really bad news for Arco and I, because we put a lot of pearls into that. Maybe it would have been better if... So I waffled for a turn on whether or not I wanted to be in on Nexus. And then eventually I decided to want to be in. But my contribution bought me a share in Nexus, but it didn't get involved in the casting of Nexus. And I wonder if that would have made the difference if we'd waited one more turn for... I forget what I sent. It might have been like 200 or 300 pearls for Nexus, for like my portion of Nexus. Maybe it was like 250. And I wonder if including that would have enabled us to win the Nexus duel, and then maybe things could have turned out a little bit differently. So if we waited one more turn to put up Nexus. So I apologize for missing that over the last couple of turns. Maybe I should go back and re-record that. But other than that, I think we're doing all right. Oh. So my poor pretender, his greatest enemy is the player playing the nation. So I have now drowned him, and I have now blown him up on a dome, trying to teleport him back to the capital. So, whoops. So I'll be doing some Call God this turn. Yep. So that's what that was. I don't think I've ever been lucky and had somebody just go past the dome percent chance and just get there. So, oh well. And then we had another mystic go down to some aberrations, horrors. And we had Arco and Satis fight 3 battles. So their nap expired 1 turn earlier. That's what they agreed to. So it looks like we got Call of the Winds versus a Scout. We've got a Werewolf crew against 1 PD. And we have a number of Tomb Worms coming in against what looks like a few PD. Oh, these wolves just went right past. I mean, they were already gonna win, but now they really won. Alright. Being of Flame has been summoned. And we got a Copper Mine. Let's see. And patrolled out a few scouts. Alright. So, sorry I forgot to like cover kind of like that whole battle over Arcane Nexus. But yeah, it definitely would have been probably better if we had waited for my pearls to get put into the cast. Let's see. So we've got some Terracotta Warriors. Alright, let's cover the different raids and patrols we're doing. So I've finished the research tree just in time. I don't know if it's going to be like a big magic phase thing. or what's going on. So I have something patrolling every single province. So I don't think it's reasonable to cover all of that. So we'll cover some of the raids and some of the border patrols. How about that? So we've got a small raid here with a few fire elementals. If it's a small PD, we should be able to clear it. We've got a small group holding these caves. They've got lanterns so they can see in the dark, because you get dark vision from these things. So I'm trying to use everything I've got. Small communion, do some soul slice spam in case it's like a, I don't know, lich or something, and then some sow dragon teeth for some more chaff. Here we've got a lich doing some wither bones. Here we've got a resist magic phoenix power communion. So we're just going to do some pillar of fire spam. See how that works. What's that? 2 slaves, 4 masters. Just kind of testing things. Here we've got a small communion where I think the idea is I'm not sure what the idea was. I'm going to be honest. No wonder my rating game was so bad. Maybe it's just a gem burn, honestly. Maybe it could kill like a werewolf thug or something. I don't know. Maybe stacking some buffs on the communion slaves and seeing how they do. I don't know. That raid looks bad. And then we've got this little group, which is doing some paralyze spam in case they run into something like a Winds of Death caster. Power the spheres, and then they can soul slay it. And then we've got some crossbows and hoplites for some troops. And then all the underwater provinces, their main defense is liquefy communions, so some sort of resist magic into liquefy spam. For the most part, I mean, there's a couple of variations thrown in there, but I think that's most of it. And then down here, we're sending a Wraith Lord with some ghosts. Additionally, we're bringing this guy for magic duel protection, and he's also got a Shade Mail, which he can hand off to this guy so he can escape. And then we're just sending a small hoplite and crossbow crew to clear this out. And yeah, so I think those are the ones that I'll cover. I don't think it's worth covering like every little thing. Sometimes there's just like a little liquid body frozen heart guy. Like, not every province got very much. Some soul slay, fire elemental, small soul slay communion. I mean, it's just like little things of bullshit all over the place. Just in case. I don't know if Satis has a bunch of magic phase options. That's kind of the idea with some of that. Additionally, we're continuing to pump out more mages. A few more troops where possible. And we've spent literally everything. So we've lost Nexus, which means we don't... and we stopped the Whoosh farm. I think part of that was Arco was wishing death on Satis's Pretender, and that might be next turn. But yeah, we're pretty gem strapped after losing Nexus, so that one's gonna hurt. We are getting another Lich though, so we're doing a few things. We're casting Bowl of Blood at Simmery because of all the unrest. Maybe there's like something there. Maybe it was just a villain site, who knows? And doing some call god spam. And additionally, we're moving out an army. So I guess we can take a look at that army. So this is kind of the deployment. We have some Evo bait up front. We have a line of hoplites, a line of trolls. We have a line of mages, and then a block of mages. And then some Evo bait in the back, and some attack rear bait. We have some sprite archers for flanking bait. And in terms of the communion, we should be doing most of the big spells. So we've got Divine Blessing. This will reveal our Resist Magic Phoenix Pyre stuff that we're going to try out. Army of Lead, Ground Army, Fog Warriors, Warriors of Muspelheim, Anti-Magic, Firefend, Serpent's Blessing, Hell, Mass Regen, Relief, Light of the Northern Star, Firefend, Life After Death, along with Reinvigoration Spam. Yeah, so a lot of the big spells. Generally speaking, this army is, minus all the fire resist gear, is generally expendable. So the goal of this army is to drain fire gems out of Sitis and potentially take a little battle if it can. So, but still be reasonably effective. You have to throw out something worth, hitting with flames from the sky. But the core of the army is in the throne. The only drawback to doing that though is a lot of the Dedukos are moving out. So behind this, so while this army is out distracting, we're going to be flooding new mages in to build up the core army, but more of the better troops will be available for that army. Like we're going to have more trolls, living statues, more hoplites, more of the, I guess, like higher end, like gem summoned mages. So more liches, vampires, high earth, stuff like that. So the Troll King. So that's kind of the plan there. We'll see what happens. And then we've got a little bit of just enough of a patrolling force here to try and catch out like a magic phase thug that might try to jump on this. And I think that's it. So I will go ahead and see you in turn 81, where should start seeing things clash. So that'll be the first turn where attack orders resolve for us, and we might also catch some more stuff between Arco and Sitis, or Arco and Ulm. So have a good one, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.